Hello pupils, how do you do? Well, welcome to this lesson. Our subject is mathematics and class is primary 1. My name is teacher Peter Kiara. Welcome to this lesson, lesson number 3, and let us go together. But before starting our lesson, let us remind few things about the previous lesson. On previous lesson we are discussing about subtraction, and subtraction we have already said about subtraction without borrowing, and last time we starting subtraction with the borrowing, and we say that subtraction with borrowing is when subtraction is impossible. Means when you want to subtract the number, it means it is impossible for you to get the answers because the number, the first number is smaller than the numbers which you are going to dealing with. That's why we say that is a subtraction with borrowing. So we have to get another number from the numbers which is after. So if with number of ones, you're dealing with one number of ones. If we want that number to be possible, we say that we have to borrow numbers from number of tens, and we say that when you borrow in tens side, it means that you get 1, but you know that in tens, when you come to ones, so that number is carrying the value of tens. So you borrow 1, but when you come to add in position inside of ones, there is 10. So if we 6, for instance, there, you have to make sure that you add 10 to be 16. Is what we discussed last time. Now we say that also when we subtract, we use two ways. We say that we have those vertical subtraction, but also we have horizontal subtraction. And last time we starting with this horizontal subtraction, and we see the way we can subtract, and we draw the balls the way we use. Now today let us proceed with the vertical subtraction with the borrowing, subtraction with borrowing vertically. Okay, we say that like horizontally subtraction, when we subtract in a vertical way, we start with numbers of ones following with numbers of tens. This is a principal condition. Make sure that we start with numbers of ones, because if you start with number of tens, sometimes you can find that in number of ones the subtraction is impossible, so you will get wrong answers because you have already started in number of ones, so of tens. So it's principle that we have to start with the number of ones following with number of tens. Now, and here I know that all of us we know which is number of ones and which one is number of tens, because we have already described only that. We say that we draw balls in order to help us in counting, as we saw in horizontal subtraction. We draw balls, so don't confuse you on a previous lesson, because others say that 0, 0, that is balls. Balls are used as a rough, so you can use a rough to draw balls in order for you to know when you count and cut the numbers which one is remaining, because if you use a finger sometimes you can we can confuse on that. So it is better to use balls on your rough work. You draw balls, then you start to count balls, then you cut the numbers which are needed. Okay, now let's see some few examples here, although we are not drawing the balls here, but I know by using the lesson of previous time we can know how to get this one. So our first one is 40 minus 25. 40 minus 25. What we say that when we subtract, we start with numbers of ones. So number of ones here in 40 is 0, and number of ones in 25 is 5. So you have to take 0 minus 5. So 0, you have 0 things, you have to subtract out minus 5. It means it's impossible. So what we say is that we borrow 1 in 4 here, it will remain 3. That one which we borrow have value of 10. So when you come to put here, will be 10. So here you will draw 10 balls, then you will cut 5. Can you try? Draw 10 balls, then cut 5. Okay, I think the answer is 5. The answer is 5. Because if you draw 10 balls, you cut 5, it means you remain with 5. So you write 5 here. Here we we cut 1, we borrow 1, it means we are remaining with 3. Now here you have to draw 3 balls now, then cut 2 balls. Yes, if you have already cut, now I think the answer is 1, so you are remaining with 1. Example 2 is 66 minus 49. 66 minus 49. What we do, we say that we start with number of ones. Number of ones here is 6 and 9. So you have to take 6 minus 9, which is impossible. So you have to borrow 1. In 6, you remain with 5. So here will be 16 minus 9. You draw 16 ball, then you cut 9. Draw 16 ball, then you cut 9. Okay, good. I think you get the answer is 7. Then here, remember that you cut 1, you borrow 1, it means you are remaining with 5. Now, you have to draw 5 balls, then cut 4 balls. Draw 5 balls, then cut 4 balls. I think you're remaining with 1. Okay? And number 3, example number 3 is 16 minus 8. 16 minus 8. So it says that we start with the number of ones. Number of ones here is 6 and 8. So 6 minus 8 is impossible. So you have to borrow 1 here. If you borrow 1, you will remain with 0. Here will be 16 minus 8. Draw 16 balls, then cut 8 balls. Good. I think you are remaining with 8. So the answer is 8. Now you come to the side of tens. There is 0 here. Here around nothing. It means it's 0 minus nothing or minus 0. The answer will still be 0. So the answer is 0, 8 or 8. Okay, good. If you understand that, let us do this exercise here, and our exercise is to subtract the following vertically. Our first question is that subtract 44 minus 28. 44 minus 28. Our second one is 90 minus 45. 90 minus 45. Our third one is 70. 70 minus 36. Our fourth one is 82 minus 49. 82 minus 49. And the last one is 66 minus 27. 66 minus 27. I think you can do it. Okay? So, thank you very much for listening to this lesson of today. And make sure that you do your work on the paper, but make sure that you also write the notes on your exercise book. So you have to do it, and make sure that on Friday you submit here at school. Okay. Thank you very much, and let's meet you on the coming lesson. Okay, goodbye.